name, all three of you. Welcome to the Back of the Class podcast. I am your host, the Esteban Serrano, and joining me as always are my co-hosts,
Juan, Cadavid,
Dionne.
That's right. And
Only
you are,
respect.
What?
Only respect.
Only respect on our names.
Only respect. Is it respect with 1K or 2Ks?
It's
Oh, it's
1K.
Or is it
According
CK?
to the new T-shirt, it's 1K.
There's a T-shirt already?
Yeah, and Charlemagne was wearing it.
Wow.
He had the best. His reaction was the best. Because he told him straight out, like, why you coming to the radio people, act all tough when you got beef with, like, other rappers?
Right,
That was
right.
the best.
I'm the
not a
radio
big
guy. Don't
Charlemagne
get
guy,
tough
but,
with
like,
the radio
that, I
guy.
was like, dude, that was perfect.
That was the classic case of when you see somebody who you know they're going to push it too far before they even
Right.
do, and you both want them to and don't want them
Right.
to. I mostly didn't want it to. I was like, just don't do it this
Now,
time.
is y'all finished or is y'all done? That was my favorite part. As you can tell right now, we are the Back of the Class podcast. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to us. We're going to go over awesome pop culture moments as it pertains to hip hop only. If you were not listening for hip hop, then you might want to listen to another podcast.
Well, we're going to geek out a little later on.
But that's hip hop. Ratchet and Clank. Come on, Ratchet is in the title. That is hip hop.
That is, Ratchet is the most hip. The name Ratchet is the only hip hop. I don't know.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. Anyway, we're going to be talking about
big hip hop show.
Yeah, man, we're going to be talking about the ASAP Ferg album that's out. We're going to be talking about this new Drake. It's like he's October's very own, but right now he's kind of killing April right about now. We're going to talk about Ratchet and Clank and some other video games turned movies. And, of course, we got to talk about the Killing Joke trailer that just dropped and the first episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah. And we'll probably spoil Game of Thrones a bit.
Just a heads up.
Yeah.
It will get spoiled. But anyway, let's get right into it. ASAP Ferg was actually in the building.
Yes,
this
he was.
week.
I was kind of starstruck a little bit.
I heard that he tried to
Yeah.
pull your car real quick one time. Zach,
Yeah,
tell
well,
us
he walked
about
by, and I was like, when I saw him walk by the first time for the interview, I just kind of like nodded. And then when he came back, I was like, I really wanted to let him know how much I liked the album because I really enjoyed it this weekend. So I was like, Ferg, your album is dope, man. Like, you killed it. And as he's walking away, he's like, 2 favorite songs. And I was like, I froze up, man. I was just like, because there's songs I really like that I didn't know the name of yet. It's not pulled up. So I said the 2 singles, and he seemed happy. But
Yeah.
I mean, I really like those songs. I like Hungry Ham, and I like New Level, the one with Future.
I'm on a new level.
Don't feel bad because I was miking him up because I shot the interview and I was miking him up and I was like, yo, man, I'm digging the album. And he's like, word, favorite song. And I was like, that shit with you and Future. I mean, I'm sorry, the shit with you and Sean.
Yeah.
That's the one I can't stop playing. And he's like, yeah, that's a good one. Damn, and the name even escapes me now. Fuck. No.
It's like
World is Mine.
Yeah, it's that real
And
Nazi
actually,
title.
I really like that,
Yeah.
that song.
Yeah, man.
All right, so
You got more cred than me on that one.
in general, how are we feeling about this ASAP Ferg album?
Strong.
Zach
Yeah.
really likes it. I really like it as well. Juan, how you feeling?
I heard it one time through. I wasn't like, I didn't think it was amazing. I didn't
Right.
think it was bad. I was just like, eh. And then after, that's the one song I keep playing, and I really like that song. And after the interview, he talked about other stuff that I didn't catch the first listen through. Like,
Right.
he talks about like personal shit growing up, other stuff that I was like, you know what, I definitely need to give it one more go.
Right.
So, but I don't not like it. You know, I dig most of it, but I need another listen.
It definitely deserves more than one listen. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot, and I feel like this being the second Ferg album, the first one was kind of scatterbrained all over the place. That's kind of who Ferg is. He's very experimental, trying a lot of different things. I love that there's not really 2 people in the ASAP mob that are the same rapper. Like we're not getting the same sound from this crew.
Yeah,
which
there's
I
a
think
lot
is
of different
important.
sounds
And
in this
Ferg,
one.
exactly. Like the first album, I felt like Ferg was more channeling almost like an ODB type of vibe. We're using his voice a lot, and it really wasn't super lyrical, but it was more of a play on melody and melodic. And I also love that he did the record with Bone Thugs. Like it was so different.
He had a lot of features on it too, like Future's on there. Talked about Sean being on there.
Right, Missy's on there.
Missy's
on this
on
new
there.
album.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
Chuck D is on it.
Chuck
one
D
of my
is
favorite
on
songs.
it. Now, sonically, I don't know if you guys will agree with me. I feel like this is kind of reminiscent of a Kendrick Lamar
Yeah,
vibe.
well, what I was going to say is this is like the first New York album that is like a good counterpart to all the LA albums that we've been getting in terms of like, it really feels like a New York album. And he's like got his uncle in the skit.
Yeah.
And
it's so New York.
Yeah,
but
it's
you're
really
right.
that. It's kind of like a day in the life sort of. And it really feels, it's one of the, in that sort of tradition of like, this is like my block. This is my area. This is my family.
I feel like I'm in Harlem the whole time. You feel like you're in.
Yeah,
I love the skits, period, because I feel like that's
they're really good. Yeah,
it's a lost art of having cool, funny skits.
And I love this one that
albums.
like he's got his uncle there, and he's talking about his uncle, and you know, there's always so much like bigging up of your elders of when they're influential on you and
especially
stuff.
ASAP Mob.
But he's bigging up his uncle, and he's also saying like. You also just like left like booze around all the time, and you kind of like pointed. There's some stuff that I'm like not very happy about too. It's pretty in depth stuff. I liked
the part about him grabbing his uncle's gun, shooting the mirror, shooting himself, but it was really he says it was really my uncle's reflection that I was shooting. I was shooting at you.
Oh man, gives
and
me
your
chills.
Influence on me, like that is mind blowing right there. Because a lot of times, like. I grew up with very young parents, and I know that my parents really didn't understand what they should probably be sheltering me from, and what they thought that I was too young to comprehend or understand. And so, I know a lot of that happens when with big cousins, big uncles who are probably 19, 20, not really elders. They don't think that he don't know what crack is, he don't know what a gun is. And little do they know, what all of this stuff is going on. And like that moment was kind of like reminiscent of my own childhood, like seeing guns growing up, just sitting on the table. Like, yeah, that's a hammer right there. Like, I knew it. I knew what it was. I knew not to mess with it. But it was so reckless that it was just sitting on the table.
And it's hard too, though, to actually see through like lionizing them and actually be like, these are some things that I don't think were so cool either. Even though that's like, that's your dude who you look up to. And it's like an influential figure, but to still actually like be critical about it too.
Yeah.
It's funny that you bring Kendrick in the conversation because when I first heard Good Kid, Mad City, the first listen through, I was just like, it's all right.
Wow.
And now like that album is on my phone and it's one of my favorite albums ever.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what may be happening with the Ferg one.
Right.
While I do really dig, that one song and then some other jams, I was just like the whole album's like, it's good, it's not bad. But I definitely feel like once I listen to it again, my opinion of it might go up more. So yeah, at that aspect, I think that's where I'm at with the album. So I'm definitely going to listen to it more.
And it was just a lot to kind of digest. Well, I feel like the stage wasn't set as high for this Ferg album as it was for Good Kid, Mad City with the hype of Kendrick.
Oh.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have such a appreciation for Ferg and what he brings to the table because he's so different from a lot of other artists that our expectations are still high for what he's going to deliver in general. So
I should out myself here though and say like it took me a while it took me really to this last A$AP Rocky album to be like really want to spend a lot of time with the A$AP Rocky project.
Right.
And because of that, nobody else in the crew has like ever really had themselves on my radar. Like Ferg is, I've known his name for a long time, and I know I've listened to songs with him and stuff, but like I didn't listen to Trap Lord, I didn't listen to his mixtape, and like now I'm here. Like now he got me, and I'll definitely go back, but I'm gonna be spending time with this for like a while, just like I did with Rocky's album last year.
It's amazing too.
Yeah, it's kind of definitely like a mirror image of the Rocky album in terms of like it's all over the place, it's quite long, does a lot of different stuff, but this one I think you can pick out individual songs better than the Rocky one. There's a lot of amazing individual songs on Rocky's too, but
there was a lot of times on the record where I was like, that does not sound anywhere near what I thought I was going to hear listening to this album. And he talked about in an interview like who he worked with and how those songs came about. That interview, like keep an eye out for it because it's very good because he talks a lot about the stuff he's learned and how he makes these songs. Like when he has features, he's like, I make a song first by myself, and then when there's people on it, I consider that the remix because like I learned from I forgot who he talked about. He's like the one thing I learned from somebody is that the best songs are the remix songs. So I take it as the first one is the original song, and then the remix is the one where I get the collaborator to come on, which is pretty interesting.
Right.
And then he told a cool story about like Katy Perry and Skrillex, which was pretty funny. It's definitely a good interview, man. Keep an eye out for that because it's good stuff.
Yeah, and it's a good album. And like the thing about, you know, how he just popped up to my radar, it's like there's songs on here that are just great, like pop songs almost. Like the third song, Strive, and he's just like singing, and it just sounds so good. That's the one with Missy. Oh, so good. And then later on, there's one he did with Stargate, which is similar kind of thing. It's not like a huge like Starships pop song, but it's good. He's just saying it's like you could hear it anywhere.
Word.
Yeah.
I mean, and I feel like, you know, just to kind of put a button on it, like Ferg delivered a project that's definitely, if nothing more, worth the time to invest in listening to it, because I feel like it's also appropriate music for the time that we're in right now on the East Coast. Is the springtime. People are coming out now. It definitely has that vibe of like being on the block, being the weather's appropriate for you to be outside, to even enjoy, you know, some outside stuff. So I've just appreciated seeing Ferg, like, you know, grow as an artist. Like, and he's always been an artist that, you know, we were really early on here at Fuse.
Yeah, we were.
And he's always been one who really is genuinely interested in your opinion.
Yeah,
that was so clear Rocky the other day. Yeah,
and they shared that because Rocky's
well.
saying the first time we talked to Rocky, when he put out his first album, I told him like, yo, that shit is dope. And then he asked me in particular what I liked about it.
Right.
And that was, I think, you know, for a person who's blowing up to see where he is now, like, he actually cared about, you know, my opinion when I told him that I liked it. So they both share that, you know, they have that in common, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So you got to give your hats off to those guys.
ASAP Ferg, always strive and prosper. That is out.
Right.
Wop, wop, wop.
Oh my goodness, yo! The best parts is all of the ASAP Ferg ad libs that Juan does all week from mad different. Like, and this has been for years. Like, this isn't even just like because he's got an album out. Like, we quote Fergness.
Yeah,
quite.
He
often.
has some of the best fucking lines, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
You know, like the work remix. His verse alone has so much quotable shit that.
I love Shabba Ranks. Shabba Ranks is still one of my favorite records.
That's one that made its way on the radio.
His ad-libs are fucking awesome. And his switching up of cadences and delivery keeps you on your toes and makes everything interesting. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, I didn't, in the course of listening through this whole album like a couple times now, I still don't. I couldn't like tell you what he raps like or what he is like all about. There's so many sides. Yeah. Right. I'm excited. I can't wait to keep listening and to go back to the old stuff too.
Yeah, man. We get to enjoy some Fergie Ferg.
Yeah.
All right, but let's talk about this Drizzy, though.
Oof. Drizzy Drake.
Yo, the lead up is real.
It's time. Yeah. It was. Oh, hold on. I want to say one quick thing about Ferg that I'm really impressed by, which is like he got me with the lead up. Like I said, wasn't on my radar, and like he pretty by the numbers, you know. He put out a song, put out the track list. You saw it out all these great producers. You saw preview of a Missy Elliott song, then the song with Missy, and it was like I loved every song was good, and then it just I followed the breadcrumb trail all the way, and it worked out great.
The Schoolboy Q record leaked earlier as well. That one was a banger.
That's huge because if he picked you up, that means he probably picked up a lot of people.
Yeah.
I definitely think so.
Like,
yeah,
people like me and Esteban were gonna check for it anyway.
Yeah.
Right? But
it was,
that's good. That's important.
Yeah, it was really well done, and it was a good through line because like everybody has a song with Future, and everybody puts their song with Future out beforehand.
Right.
But then the album comes, and it's like that doesn't mean that you're necessarily like what you're gonna hear on the album. But he put out some songs that sound really different. They're all good.
Right.
So now we go to Drake. Now we go to Drake, who
And now we go to Drake, who's the king of the rollout.
Yeah, the pregame is almost done.
Now.
Yeah. If you are listening to this on Thursday on drop
it's probably too late. Oh wait, no, that wasn't where
if you're listening to this, it's already too late. No, it's gonna come out at 10 p.m. on Beats One. It's gonna stream. He's gonna talk to Zane Lowe.
Just Beats One first.
It's supposed to be Apple Music for a week, but people are gonna have to be able to buy it sooner than that. I mean,
I swear to God, this is.
No, we'll get.
I know we're gonna get into it later.
We'll get into that later.
It's just annoying because like I get hyped for it, and then I hear how it's getting rolled out, and I'm just like, I don't have any of those streaming services, so I'll just get it when it comes out, and then I forget. It gets lost in the shuffle, and then I'm late to it later on.
Late to the party.
I mean, I get why they do it. It's just annoying because
I'm staying up, man. I'm so excited. This is me waiting for that Destiny update to click in. I mean, I can't go too over the top with it because I just was like this for Kanye a couple months ago, but I'm very excited. Like, it's weird to have listened so much to the projects that came out since Nothing Was the Same, but still see this as like I've been waiting, almost 3 years for the follow up.
Right.
Because like if you can call if you're reading this in What a Time like a mixtape, but they're full projects, and I've listened to them a lot, but I still feel like I'm waiting to see what became of 2013 Drake to like 2016.
So what has been the rollout? The only so far the lead up that I've seen is he released the cover art, which has become a meme sensation.
Yes,
like it always does with Drake. Because either he's a genius and knows what's memeable, or he just can't get a break because the memes that have been coming out of that cover art have been amazing. But what else has he done besides that for leading up? Has he released? I've been out of the loop with that.
Nothing really big has happened since the pop style and One Dance. I mean, One Dance has definitely been picking up traction. It's his first #1 he's ever gotten in Canada.
Yes, and it's
really?
Yeah, which is crazy.
Out of all the time he's been out,
and that's like my least favorite record too.
And that's the one. That's the one that gets #1 in Canada in his home country.
Yeah. That's why I was saying when we were talking about what was he trying to do with pop style, which was like underwhelming, and I said, does he either want to embarrass these dudes or does he just want to put out like a low key track? And it's like, he put out a song with Jay-Z and Kanye, and the other song is the one that picks up, and he knew that.
That speaks volumes to how brilliant this dude is. He puts out this record that we're like, okay, but you got the throne on this other record. He puts out this other record, and that goes #1
with 2 people who you never heard of.
You never even heard of. And it's the Boo loving this like song, and it goes #1, man. You can't even question him at this point, man. It's crazy. I'm hyped though.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see. So now that the Beyonce's out, I've seen like Rihanna, Kanye, and Beyonce. The Life of Pablo, Anti, and Lemonade. I think they're all kind of similar albums in that they all are trying to do a lot of different things. They are all still kind of unexpected, but all satisfying. And I want to see if Drake, I feel like these albums might be like 4 albums of a piece, whereas like the biggest artist trying to do a lot of different things, like pristine production across the entire thing. And just like a lot to figure out. Like all those albums I'm talking about, there's like a lot to still like try to sift through. So Drake's either going to make something, I think he's going to make something like that. I mean, if he makes something that you can just figure out right away, I'll be pretty surprised. If he makes something that's like all sort of one vibe, I have no idea what it's going to sound.
I have no idea.
Do you guys think Hotline Bling will be on it?
No.
No?
Nah, it's been way too long since Hotline. That was November.
That was
July.
A frisbee.
End of July.
Hotline Bling?
Yeah, it's like July 31st.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, it was the same day as a back-to-back. He put those songs out the same day. It was a slow burn picking up to success. It was like beginning of the fall, but yeah, July 31st.
Holy crap.
Right. And especially with all of the beef stuff kind of at the cream.
Dude, did you see the meme of Drake sitting on Meek's shoulder?
God, was it a sad Meek?
It's so good. Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Okay. I hope Back to Back is on it, man. I love Back to Back. Like not just for any thematic anything. I think it's such a good song.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see. I don't know why. Like I always want to see the production. I don't know why. Like because he's good at choosing beats, man. Yeah. So I'm and I'm always. I just want to see if he is gonna be rapping more than he usually does.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always intrigued. Like, all right. Let's see if you're going more towards,
Right.
Well, what him and 40 do together is like one of the most interesting like producer rapper things in the whole game, because the way that they shape a thing, and it's not always that woozy underwater like nighttime stuff. That's what you think of, but yeah,
they've to Canada
done some crazy shit together, man. Like do you guys remember like putting on Nothing Was the Same and hearing like Tuscan Leather? Because that like fucked me up.
Right.
I was like, wow, this
They're
3-part
magic,
like no hook, and that was 40 in him. So
they are absolutely magic together.
People were wondering if he's changed the name to just Views because that's all he's been saying. He hasn't said Views from the 6 in a while, but probably.
I mean, I think we already know that it's from the 6.
What's from the 6? Am I missing like what?
He's the 6th god.
That's his nickname he made up for Toronto.
The 6.
Or maybe supposedly some people call it. It's pretty much he made it up.
Yeah,
I saw him at the game the other night that the Raptors were playing the Pacers and the Raptors won. My man was hype.
Yeah.
Like he was.
He's the international spokesman for something.
He does not do casual sideline hangs. No.
He's got that sideline bling. That was horrible.
Courtside bling. There it is.
Courtside bling.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to listen to it. I think it's gonna have a lot of gems. I don't know.
Here's my concern. Only concern. Right? So he gave us if you're reading this, and he gave us the future project.
Jumpman the album.
I'm concerned that he gave us those, which was more rap heavy than there was Singalicious, and this one is going to be straight.
Was it more rap heavy?
Oh
definitely.
Yeah. I definitely heard the same amount of singing I always hear.
Nah.
Well, it's pretty evenly distributed with him, but in terms of,
I'm afraid that this is going to be more singy.
I mean, I think
and
it's
I'm
gonna.
not a big
I think,
singy Drake fan.
like I said in the past, dude. I mean, that's his bread and butter. That's where his success comes. Like, why break the formula?
Right.
You know, that's when, that's why I'm always intrigued. I'm like, is he gonna, take a little departure from the usual shit that he knows works, or is he gonna keep it moving and keep getting his numbers, keep getting his,
It's I can take it either way. I mean, I think he's gonna he'll do a big mix of both. It will probably come down and be like 50-50. And sometimes it's hard to tell. It's just like it's hard to tell with Future if he's using auto-tune or just being Future. It's like I can't. There's not always like a hard like click to like, okay, this is Drake singing or like this is Drake rapping.
Right.
It's quite a bit of gray area. But the thing that I'm worried about is like, and I love a lot of those melodic songs, but I don't want the melodic songs to be like the hits that sound like they put a lot of effort into that are so great, like Hotline Bling. Like it's like a perfect song, and then Summer 16 is like a rap song. It's just like not that great. Like Pop Style is like a rap song. It's not that great, and that other song One Dance is better, and it's more of like pop songs. So I don't care what the distribution is. I just want the songs that are rap songs or rap focused to like be good. Like bring it. Like bring some amazing songs, please.
Yeah. You kind of got to sacrifice some of the album. Like, all right, some of the album he's going to do the stuff that other people like.
Yeah.
But some of the albums he's going to do the stuff that we like.
Yeah,
and
he's been, one of my favorite guys forever, and he hasn't put out something that I just listened to the whole thing over and over since Take Care. Or listened to over and over happily.
It's definitely been a while.
Yeah.
He's put out good shit. But it's been a while since you could just write through, not skip.
I just hope that like Bianca Gracie, our one of our writers here at Fuse, she wrote a really good thing about what she wants to hear Drake talk about or stop talking about, or and we talked about the piece a lot, and we were just like, Drake is such a unique figure and he's lived such a unique life. Like we actually want to hear about like what it's like to be him again in like specific terms, not just. He makes music on such a big stage that a lot of the times he can be doing the equivalent of like pop song lyrics where everybody thinks it's like about their life because it's so general.
Yeah.
I want to hear, what is it like to be Drake now?
Yeah, I'd rather hear that than as opposed to hearing him talk tough because we all know
he spent a lot of time doing that in the last couple of years.
Because no one's buying that.
Nobody.
And you got mad respect because what he did to Meek and that.
Right.
What they had and his skill, like you can't deny his rapping ability, but like the whole shit acting like you're tough, like stop.
I don't know though, man. Like when does it? I mean, he. My feeling when we talk about stuff like that is like, I don't know if I said it here or another company. Like Drake could probably have anybody killed that he wants. Like that's tough.
But he ain't doing it.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's not tough.
That's not tough.
I don't know, man.
Nah,
like
man,
what does it take? Like he's been the biggest for so long.
But that don't make you.
I don't see it.
I don't make you like.
Especially when you're simping on records, when you are crying over chicks, and singing about your heartbreak on a record, and then the very next record you talking about getting people touched and talking about the risk game and all of this stuff that we just know is completely
I call it
not real
that's
life.
the Ja Rule effect, because that's what he used to do when he first came out,
Right.
talking all that thug shit, talking all that shit that he did live or didn't live, quote unquote, who knows, whatever. But then he started with the singing hooks
Right.
and being on songs with J-Lo and all this other stuff, and then that became 50s, like a layup.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's basically what got him,
All right, listen, I want to button that point up and then throw another question out here. Number one, from that little 50 Ja exchange, I love, and this is how much we loved 50 at the time.
Okay.
I love how 50 pointed out Ja Rule's singing so heavy, and 50 Cent was the king of singing hooks at the same time. But no one stopped to realize, DJ how this done. That's singing.
Yeah.
That's so Ja Rule.
But
it's not even
he
funny.
he was making fun of the singing on like female stuff,
Right,
like,
right,
especially like songs like with Mary J, where he's like, "It's just those rainy," like that
It's
shit.
rainy
Yeah,
day.
like he had every right to make fun of that.
No, I agree. But 50 sang just as much, if not more sometimes. Now, this is when I wish we were in the no digital, only physical era, because how many people are going to be looking through those credits to see how much Quentin Miller is credited on these pieces? Like, come on. I want a highlighter and that liner note right
you never
now.
know. Like, they might have just, now that happened, they are conscious of it and are probably doing stuff to either not release the credits.
Yeah.
No, it would be gangster if he credited him every time. Because that would really show I'm the man. If you're going to take him off stuff now you're going to hide the whole Quentin Millerness, that's corny.
Yeah.
That's when you simping. I'm just saying. Anyway.
I just think, like, to throw back a little bit, too, that, like, at first when songs like We Made It and, like, Trophies were coming out, I had a hard time because I loved those songs, but I was also like, this is ridiculous. Like, I can picture Drake just puffing his chest up as hard as he can in the booth and just, like, rapping as long as he can make. But then the songs just keep piling in like that, and they're always good. So at one point, I just have to kind of accept it. And, like, I can't waste energy getting fussy about it anymore.
See, like, I had my experience was when I heard the So Far Gone and all the early shit, I was like, yo, I'm on board, whatever. And then when the more of the poppy singing stuff came out, I'm like, oh, whatever. I kind of disconnected it for a while, because then I'm like, all right, I guess you're gonna go with the singing shit from now on, and the woman, predominantly you're gonna be doing your music for the women. Cool, but I'm just not gonna be a part of it. That's just not my thing. That's just me. But then he gives you those glimmers of, like, Over and Forever and Headlines, where, like, he raps his ass off, and then you're like, damn it. If you can do that,
why don't you
just do that? But then when you look at it from the perspective of who buys music, you know what I'm saying? Like, who views videos on YouTube, like, I understand it. It's just a tad bit frustrating. You know what I'm saying?
And this is why, to me, and you can slay me if you want, I don't even care.
Slay him.
Nicki and Drake are the same artists in terms of the way that they make records, right? So when Nicki is featured on somebody else's stuff,
always kills it.
She is bodying this.
Drake too, yeah.
And she's rapping her ass off, reminding you that she is a beast. But then she puts out just the singiness, and we can't take it as noise. But obviously, the audience who loves Nicki loves it, and they go to bat for it.
I like Nicki's pop songs.
I'm about to mute
you.
Your
know,
mic.
you know me. You know me. I can't. I could never give that woman credit.
But I'd see what you're saying.
But
yes.
she's from Queens.
I don't care. I've never been a fan of hers.
You gotta be kidding me, bro.
Nah, never been a fan.
You hate rap. You hate rap right now because Nicki Minaj is an amazing rapper.
She's a pop star. I'm sorry.
Wow.
That's just
regardless of one's frequently expressed POV.
Right I'm just saying that's just me.
I do
personally.
what you're saying though,
and I'm wrong.
For you not to like a Queens MC. Not that this is Nicki Minaj. a Queens MC
I'm sorry.
is
If you're from
shocking
Queens and
me.
to me you're garbage, I'm not gonna support you just because you're
Nicki
from Queens.
Minaj is garbage.
I'm
Is that
saying
what you're
if
saying?
you're garbage.
But I'm asking you.
No,
is
I
she
don't.
Garbage?
I'm not saying from my perspective. I don't think she's garbage, but I don't like
Juan's just not
her
a fan.
music. I'm not
Wow.
impressed by her lines. I'm not impressed by her wordplay. That's just me personally.
Wow.
That's just how I feel. And then when she puts out this pop star music and shit, I'm like, that's just not me. I don't like it. I never have. But she, she's doing well, so more power to her. And like, I'm not hating on her. Like, she's doing her thing. Great. Me personally, that's my point of view. I don't like her music at all.
That's what they say. Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano.
But yes, you're right, Esteban, that like her and Drake make similar albums where there's
choices.
They make
I
pop
can see
songs,
the
they make
parallel.
rap
No,
songs,
I
and
can-
they
I
I'm glad
definitely
you
see the
guys.
parallel.
they both kind of want to do everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And they compartmentalize well. They know this is a body of work I have to sell.
Yeah.
This is just the audience that buys. I'm doing that. Now on the mixtapes or the features where I'm getting paid to, or this is just for the fans, then I'm gonna turn up on this for that zone. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate just like Nicki's verse on the new BB Rexha record. Like Nicki killed it, and that was that's a pop record. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So
All right, well,
moving on.
enjoy Drake, everybody. We'll talk about him a little bit next week, maybe. I'm sure there'll be something to talk about from this record. There will at least be one thing to talk about.
All right, we got to get out of here at 4 o'clock. I just got the 4 o'clock signal. So
All right, so
moving on.
Moving on to movies and games. This Friday is the release of the movie Ratchet and Clank. For those who are unfamiliar, Ratchet and Clank is a video game franchise from Sony on the
PS2. PS2 started,
PS3, 4. They have games up until now. So that got us to thinking of video game movies and their legacy. That seems to be not great. Starting with obviously everyone's number one most hated video game movie, Super Mario Brothers. Full disclosure, I love that movie.
I knew you was going
I'm
to
sorry.
say that.
I get
knew.
why everyone hates it. I 100% get it. But I love it. I don't know why. I see it and I watch it. It 100%. Every flaw is validated. But I
Wow.
can't help it. I love that movie.
All
That's,
right.
Hey,
So
that's just me. That's my point of view. It's probably wrong, but
More often than not, it's wrong.
I'm just surprised
just
they made
kidding.
Ratchet and Clank into a movie. Like, that's not a.
But it makes sense.
That's at like Spyro the Dragon level to me. It's like people know that
But
game,
it's-
but it's
it-
not. It's not a
But
classic.
I feel like it's marketable.
Yeah,
It's an
true.
animal that talks with a superhero,
It's like spacey.
yeah,
too, right?
like I
Get
definitely
that Rocket Raccoon, Guardians of the Galaxy money.
Yeah, I think it makes sense, and it's just an opportunity to put a movie out and then put a game out at the same time and just make as much money as you can.
So, what do you guys want to see as video game movies? What hasn't been done that you
Hit
want to
it,
see?
Juan.
I mean, mine is 100% Metal Gear Solid. That's just,
Word.
and it's been in limbo. Like, it was so close years ago. Like, they were talking about Christian Bale possibly playing Solid Snake, and Kojima, like, almost directing. Like, it's gone so many. Then Mark Wahlberg was interested. It's gotten so.
Who would you want to play Snake?
The other thing that was rumored that I always liked was Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
I didn't think Christian Bale was a fan of the series, so I kind of like that he's a fan, so it would do it justice.
Right.
But yeah, that's the one that to this day I still think that it could be, because that game is a movie.
They should get Kurt Russell to be like Big Boss.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, that's mine. That's the one I would love to see on screen.
All right. You got
Done
one?
well.
Well, for me,
You already know what it's
Destiny.
gonna be. It's gonna be fucking Destiny.
it's Destiny.
Oh.
And here's the good thing about Destiny. For one,
Just overall.
I think it's going to be difficult to turn it into a movie because the lore is so all over the place and the
Oh.
storyline really
There's no
doesn't
like
story.
exist.
Yeah.
Warcraft, which looks like fucking shit.
Right. So
Oh my god!
Damn.
if they can
Zach,
make
that came out of
I'm
left
pissed.
field.
Yeah, well, I can hold that in over.
yeah,
a
hold
minute,
that
but-
in. It's not your turn
crap.
right now. But anyway, so that's the bad part. If they'd have to really spend some more time kind of developing this convoluted story into something that can be a movie. Number one.
Do
Number
you have a script ready for them?
Heck, no. I'm working on one though. But the other good part is that the actors that they chose to voice act all of these different characters are great actors.
Yeah, except for
in and of
Dinklage.
themselves, except for Dinglebot. Yeah,
He did a bad
Dinklage-
job.
No, he did a great job.
I didn't
but
think he did a bad job. But
I think he wasn't available and accessible.
No, because they went back and had Nathan North, who does it now, the ghost voice. They went back and had him re-record everything Dinklage
But that's
did.
because they wanted people who were experiencing it for the first time not to hear two different ghost voices.
Well, that and the community just did not like Dinklage as the ghost. Like that was I didn't have a problem with it.
The community can kiss my cheeks. I love Dinklebot. I do, but I don't
I didn't have a
care
problem either.
who the voice of the ghost is. I really don't care. But like the I forget what his name is. He was in the Wire. He was the tall, slender, the sergeant of the I don't know what. You watch The Wire? No
Yeah,
one?
I know. Like it's been so long.
Anyway, he's in it. Like they've got some really good actors, so it wouldn't be hard to portray it.
Just bring them over.
They got a lot of actors that when you see their face, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
I know who you are.
So get that script right, and then
So I'll get that right. But yeah,
the talent.
Destiny is not going to happen. But
Zach,
I didn't have something prepared for this, but I'm gonna say, and then also just let you guys all know a little something about myself. This SNES game called Earthbound. It's an RPG. It was set in modern day in like the 90s. You like eat pizza to get health back. You use like baseball bats and slingshots for your weapons. It's a very cool 90s Super Nintendo RPG, and it's very quirky and hilarious. It was kind of like the Japanese creators' kind of idea of America, and the pop culture stuff and everything was spot on. I think it would be a really cool game. There's magical elements and stuff too.
That
and
sounds
that could
like
be a
adult
kids
movie
too.
It's great.
It could be a kids movie with like adult, like innuendos where like only the adults will get it, but the kids will like not, but they'll still enjoy the
translate
movie.
well.
While we're here, got to give a quick plug to this little upstart Walt Disney company. The Jungle Book is so good.
I haven't seen it yet.
So good.
I'm going to see it tonight, actually.
Yeah.
Son's birthday.
Yeah, enjoy.
John Favreau, man, he's killed it.
He killed it. It was
Voice
so
acting
good.
was good.
I would have been happy to see it in 3D actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I think my daughter saw it yesterday because she's at her uncle's house with her grandparents and.
Yeah, my daughter saw it without me at a birthday party, so I had to go last night.
I'm going to get her review. That's good, man, because I want to see it, so...
Highly recommend, definitely.
More. Sweet. Wait, but come on, man. This Warcraft hate.
Oh,
please, lay it on us, because it came out of nowhere.
Man, I think I wrote about the trailer last week, and I was like, I would rather it look like the game that I played on an old compact Presario than what it looks like. It just... One stuff is all CG, and that's why I can't do a lot of these Marvel movies, like... If the CG is just overtaking everything, it just doesn't. There feels like there's no stakes to me. I can't get involved. Like even all the destruction and stuff. It's just like I can't do it. And Warcraft just it looks so bad. I feel bad that David Bowie's son took this job. That's the director.
Yeah, I've never played the game. I've never been interested in the game. I know it's like one of the biggest games played in the planet, not even the country, in the planet.
On the planet.
I don't know about the folklore. I don't know about the story. So I'm not gonna say it looks bad or good. It just looks like like what you said. It looks like a CGI orgy.
Yeah, and it's exactly. It's not even that's not even coming from like a Warcraft like fanboy. Like I played a lot of Warcraft too. I didn't play WoW, but yeah.
So today, we're recording this thing on Wednesday, obviously, but today, last night actually. The trailer for the animated movie of The Killing Joke came out. For those who don't know, The Killing Joke is one of probably the best Batman graphic novel, and they're making an animated movie from it, and it's going to be rated R. And after watching that trailer, I'm so happy it is rated R. Zach, you're familiar with it, right?
I read the book. I liked it a lot. Alan Moore is obviously a genius, but I couldn't remember what made it rated R. Like, we're going to spoil right now. If you haven't read The Killing Joke, you don't want to know what happens. You want to come into this movie unspoiled, but remind me what's so heavy that it's going to be rated R.
There's so much that makes it rated R. Barbara, a.k.a. Batgirl, Joker shows up at her crib and shoots her through the front, out through her spine, paralyzes her. There's a big spread in the book, in the comic, where she's naked on the ground, bleeding out of her back, and she can't move her legs.
Oof.
That's one. Number two, like the Joker makes Commissioner Gordon, meet him at this abandoned amusement park that's overrun by like half-naked midgets, and they make Commissioner Gordon strip naked and put in a cage and go through a roller coaster. Dude, it's like, like
I could vaguely remember that there was something going on.
Yeah, like there's rated R is like legit reason why it's rated R. And I'm glad it's rated R because that means they're not gonna leave anything out, any important parts. So
it seemed I have like a huge place in my heart for Batman the animated series. I don't think I've ever seen any of the movies actually. But when I was watching this trailer, it looked different than I remembered it. Like it looked, I don't know, a little jittery or something.
The animation's different. It's different colors, different. The way the characters are drawn is different. Probably more to suit a moving version of the Killing Joke, book.
Right, to try to get that back.
But when you bring up the animated series, Kevin Conroy is playing Batman, voicing Bruce Wayne Batman. Yeah. Mark Hamill is voicing the Joker. Yeah. Which if you follow. He played the Joker on animated series for years. He played it on the Arkham series. And after the Arkham series, he said he will never do the Joker again unless it was the Killing Joke. Wow. Well, here's the Killing Joke.
It's cool to know
he's
a real fan, too.
Yeah, and he's cool. He's my generation's voice of the Joker. Yeah. I mean, other people have done it, well, but his rendition of Joker is just... it's unmatched.
I love in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when they used Mark Hamill in that kind of super villain sort of nod to the.
Tell him the name of the super villain. Do you remember? Esteban, you seen
something about a dick?
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah, but I can't remember the name.
Come on, his name is Cockknocker.
Yeah, okay.
And he has a huge balled up fist as his weapon.
Yeah.
And the best part is hey, so what do they call you, Cockknocker? And he goes, funny story. Bow.
Right.
So good.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
So yeah, Killing Joke definitely gonna be all
if you're
over
a
that.
Batman fan, if you're a DC fan, and you've never read it, watch it because it's fucking great. Yeah. So definitely check that out when it comes out this summer.
Let's talk about Game of Thrones for a quick minute, just because it was so good, and let's try not to spoil. Let's see what we can do.
Why?
Because a little bird might have told me that one of our ranks here might have fallen asleep.
I fell asleep.
At
what part did you fall asleep?
First of all, we got
it airs at 9.
Prime. I mean, PAX East at 11
on
PM.
Sunday.
On Sunday.
You went home because you weren't feeling well Monday, and you fell asleep that night.
I fell
Day
asleep.
after?
No, we tried to watch it Sunday night.
Oh, see, that's your mistake right there.
Okay.
And I couldn't.
All right.
And then after that, I just didn't have time.
I thought you watched it the day after and you fell asleep.
So good.
Yeah, it was so good.
Like, I don't often come into the premiere with a ton of expectations because I'm so excited for Game of Thrones to be back, but I also know they have to set up the season and also wrap stuff up. Like, they don't usually just hit the ground going 100 miles an hour, but this one was
No, they did.
And they went to a lot
the parts
of
I stayed awake for were amazing.
Where did you fall asleep?
I fell asleep, I want to say right after the tall blonde.
Yeah, Brienne.
Damn, you fell asleep like the first 10 minutes.
No, that wasn't that early.
No, that wasn't that early.
That was amazing.
It was
that scene was
it wasn't that early, but it wasn't in the middle.
Yo,
it
these
was
joints are an hour long, bro. That's maybe 26 minutes in.
I couldn't even tell you. I mean, there is a big thing at the end. You didn't get spoiled about the ending?
No one told me anything.
Good.
Yeah. But I don't care, bro.
That scene is dope. When Brienne shows up, that's a dope scene.
That was a great scene.
Yeah.
Like, she couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
What I was telling my friend today, because he's always asking me for the book perspective, and he said how much is there left, but I was saying just to put it into hard numbers, and I guess we could have talked about this last week, but now that I saw the premiere, I really see where they're going, which is they have said, Benioff and Weiss, the guys who make it, they've said they think 13 episodes left. Seasons are 10 episodes. So we have seen 50 episodes, and we maybe have 23 left. So very in the home stretch, quite a bit in the home stretch. And yeah, you could see in the premiere, they were just making choices. They just if you saw what happened in Dorne, with the sand snakes and the king there, I mean, they just made a lot of decisions where they're hey, this plot line that we're gonna just make this is what's happening very fast.
That's what I like. That's what I like most about it. Every plot line, but most of the plot lines and story arcs moved forward.
Yeah,
because usually Game of Thrones is each episode predominantly sticks to one story arc and then the next one goes to another. This one it was quick hits. Remember this? Here's a little more.
Right.
Go back to this. Almost everything that we left off last season continued on this episode. And it was solid, man.
So excited. We'll wait for I don't know, when there's one of those big Sunday nights where everybody's talking about it on Monday.
Right.
We'll come back and then we'll do a bigger talk. But yeah, If you didn't start up a Game of Thrones yet this season, like go to it. It's so good.
And let's be clear. This is season 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Season 6. I can't name a bad Game of Thrones season.
Yeah, there's never been a bad season. There's little stretches where it wasn't great.
There's
I can
some
name
that
a
I had
bad.
to
I love The
labor
Wire.
through.
I can name a bad Wire season.
Oh, dude,
I
like-
love Lost. I can name a bad Lost season.
You
For
could
sure.
name multiple seasons for
You
Lost.
shut your mouth. 'Cause no one's gonna ask me. But Game of Thrones, bro. Maybe there was a couple like, oh, this is getting kind of dry. It's kind of dry. Wham! But there was never like this whole season I could have did with.
You know what it is though with Game of Thrones, the ones that felt like that, where it's just like, the payoff at the end made it all worth it.
Oh yeah,
So,
it was worth the wait.
Yeah, Lost didn't do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not watching Orange Is the New Black anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
Couldn't care less.
Check that on that.
Mhm.
Real quick, Zach, did you finish Mr. Robot yet?
I didn't even watch the second.
I thought you.
episode yet.
Oh, you really?
I watched that first episode. I was really into it. I started the second one, and then I got distracted, or I was like, "This is
All right,
too
well,
dark of a
season
vibe to
2
keep going." But it's not till like June, right? I got
July,
time?
July.
Oh
So
yeah,
you got time.
I'm gonna watch it before that.
But I saw, because I watched wrestling on USA Network, and I
Mhm.
saw the promo.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been, and I love Game of Thrones and
Yeah,
there's
no.
other litany of shows that I love, but I haven't been so excited to see a
Sweet.
premiere date for a season
cool.
until I saw this, Mr. Robot season 2,
Yeah.
because it's
I need a new.
It was so good.
I need a new show to be obsessed with.
Yeah, man, hit that up.
Yeah.
Look,
All
I
right.
was obsessed with the ranch on Netflix.
And he's not kidding, because we were at PAX East at the hotel, and my man was watching Ranch episodes back to back and laughing his ass off.
Dude, I mean, there's only 12 episodes to watch, and I'm done,
Yeah.
and I'm like really
Ready
upset.
to go back?
I'm ready. I'm really upset. Like I really want them to do another season.
Is that
like,
with Dax Shepard? Is that one? No.
No,
No,
that's
it's Ashton
with,
with
Ashton
his
Kutcher
boy
and the guy who played Steve
in the 70s show, right?
on that 70s show. They're brothers. It's a great,
All right.
funny
I'll give
show.
it a try.
And it's like straight rated R.
Uh-huh.
So like they curse all it. It's like the sitcom that you always want. You knew. Dang it! No, that's not what they say. They are straight
Studio
going
audience.
there. It's great, man. It's
Yeah,
such and it ain't a black person.
I know, that's
the
the crazy
entire-
part, that he's watching
And
it.
Esteban still
There
couldn't
ain't
stop
a black
himself.
person, man. And I looked long and hard. I couldn't find
He
one.
even looked in the credits for
freeze framing stuff.
You were trying to reconcile liking
There
it so
wasn't a-
much. You needed
I mean, I think it
But-
takes place. I forget where.
at a
But
ranch.
It ain't no black folk in a ranch. But this is hilarious.
He gets
man.
the rare pass
It's
from
so
Esteban.
good, man.
Word.
I approve of this.
It's not as good as the Jungle Book, trust me.
All right, we'll see.
Well,
All right, this weekend
There you have it.
we'll let Juan have his corner, and then Esteban and I will.
I'm gonna listen again to Ferg's new shit, Strive and Prosper. I'm definitely gonna listen to some fucking Danny Brown, because you sent me an article about him talking about his new album, and it's coming soon. He didn't give a date though, right?
Cool Ranch, the read
But it's coming soon, and I've been waiting for that shit for a while, because
Yeah.
I love Danny Brown.
What are you
So
gonna listen to? Just a bunch of different
I'm
stuff?
probably gonna listen to some old,
Yeah.
because old was good.
Mhm.
Maybe some Triple X.
Mhm.
Yeah, that and some Ferg. I gotta listen to it, because we have flight tomorrow and a flight coming back, because we're going to Beale Street Music Festival.
in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, and probably finish Kimmy Schmidt in a hotel room this weekend, because I haven't
Word,
finished
I
it
haven't
yet.
finished it yet either.
So yeah,
It's crazy that I started Kimmy Schmidt first, got put onto the ranch, and I finished the ranch and haven't finished Kimmy Schmidt yet.
I didn't finish Kimmy Schmidt yet either. I don't know. We'll see.
Word. That hipster episode still holds true.
Yeah.
It's a freaking great
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. Definitely. So I think we're both gonna be listening to Beyonce. I think. Is that
I
true?
think so.
Yeah.
yeah, you do
Yeah.
that.
I'm gonna try not to do
Juan,
that on the
Juan
plane.
already used his
He
card
goes,
on Nikki.
Yeah,
so.
you do that.
I'll use that shit again. I don't care.
Oh my goodness! Listen, ladies out there, we know. Check a couple episodes ago when we were talking about the ladies of hip hop. Juan actually does love ladies.
No,
It's
I
just
love.
He doesn't really care for Nicki or Beyonce, and that's okay.
Yeah. No, it's not that I don't
Everyone's
care.
entitled to
No,
their
don't get
opinion.
it.
But
wrong.
I just
not a
wanted the
monster.
listeners
It's
to
not that I don't care
think
for
like,
Beyonce.
yo, he hate all women. I don't want people
It's
to
not
think
that.
that
No,
about you.
I don't.
I do.
I
I want him to think they do.
I
I want him to like
100
me the best.
Right.
I 100%.
That's easily happening.
Beyonce is incredibly talented. She's beautiful, gorgeous. I agree with all that. I am just sick and tired of the overexposure because it's like it's just
I wish
that album came out and every post on every form of social media was Beyonce, and there was NBA playoffs going on. Like there was a lot of shit going on, and everyone praise it. I feel like a lot of people praise it just to praise it for no reason, even people who haven't listened to it, because it made me think like if she put out a clunker, a shit album, would anyone say anything? I don't think so.
Listen,
I feel they already hold it to that pedestal where she could do no wrong.
I feel
and that's
the
what I
same
don't like.
way as you in regards to I respect her artistry. I think she's amazing. I'm not a big fan. I am not a Beyonce Beehive member at all. So when Lemonade came out, I listened to it completely objectively.
Nice.
And I listened to it because of all of the conversation that was going on. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing anything. I was listening to it very critically. I wasn't listening to it Beehive, pom-pom waving. And I like it.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
When I'm listening to something critically to hear why people are talking so much, usually I'm disappointed. Not disappointed to the point where I'm still going to continue to listen to it.
I'm not going to speak on the album because I haven't heard it. And is one thing. I don't speak on shit that I don't know or that I'm not 100% familiar with. I'm not going to say it's a bad album because I haven't heard it.
Right.
I just can't. Even when she's not making music, she's always a topic of conversation. Right. I've never, I just kept thinking, I'm like, if she had a bad album, would anyone even say it's bad?
Right.
Because I feel everyone's already predetermined, pre-programmed to just love everything she fucking does. And that just drives me crazy. And it has no bearing on her because I do think she's an incredible talent, vocally, dancing. She's stunningly beautiful.
With the visuals, I mean, though, because like she made, last one was the first concept of like a visual album last time, and it was a video for every song, and it dropped at the same time. But this is like she made a 65-minute movie, and it's not just music videos.
Right.
It's like
this
we watched that on Saturday night, and
it
was very cool, very interesting, a lot to think about. And then like the album came out, and it was like it's two different experiences, like watching the thing and listening to the album.
Two different experiences.
They're both very impressive. Yeah. There's some stuff on the album that I don't know if I'm ever gonna love, which is like the last album and even the one before 4. Like I really love those albums pretty much straight through, especially the last one. That's like unbelievable. But the really good songs in this one are really good. Like that song "Freedom" with Kendrick Lamar is like.
Now listen,
I got no words.
This is how real I'll be. I haven't listened to a Beyonce album since "Dangerously in Love." The last Beyonce album I listened to, her first solo album. So
should listen to the last one.
I haven't listened to any of them since then. Listened to Lemonade, and I love it.
Okay.
So that shows you I'm not a big fan at all. Obviously, if I missed a lot of really big moments, 4B, all of these moments, I missed all of these moments, and I didn't miss anything in my opinion. Like I really don't care. Lemonade, I really appreciated because of the attempt of what she was trying to do, and I really think her poetry is kind of jarring. And I feel
her
like
poetry or the poetry people are writing for her.
Well, I mean, look, we don't know if Beyonce wrote any of this. I'm assuming that it's her. The poetry that was performed by Beyonce in this album is kind of jarring. It's stuff that's all over the place, but there's so much beauty in this album. There's so much really good moments and great music. Taylor Swift must be kicking herself in the ass because Beyonce got a country record on this album.
Yeah, I heard about that.
With straight banjo music.
Yeah.
And she is slaying that record.
I don't think she's kicking herself in the ass. I think she's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's mad at anything.
If Taylor was thinking that no one would step into that arena and be able to do what the country audience has been begging Taylor to do for years.
Yep.
And listen, Beyonce, she pulled her Beyonce out and put Rihanna in her place to let her know.
Yeah.
I can do you better than you, boo-boo.
Yeah.
She did the same thing to Taylor. Not that Taylor needed to be put in her place.
Interesting.
But like that's what I loved about Beyonce. It's like Beyonce is not a human being. We don't know her. We don't know if any of this music was written by Beyonce. People question,
but we know like the past music that she's done that hasn't been written for her.
Well, she works.
It was written for her. You're saying
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. This music, we don't really know Beyonce. We don't know if Jay-Z really cheated on her because we don't know if she wrote that record. If that record was intended for somebody else. We don't know anything about her. But what we do know is whoever she chooses to be, she's better than that person that she chose to be.
Yeah.
That's Beyonce.
I don't know. That's Beyonce.
You better get in formation.
That's Beyonce to you. Number one, I couldn't give a F if he cheated on her.
Oh, guys, let's not go down this
No,
road.
I'm talking about all the stuff you just mentioned about, I don't know if
that's the hoopla about the album is what I'm saying. We don't know any of that stuff. But who cares? Musically, as it pertains to the musica, it's a great album. I'm not listening to it on a plane because I'm sitting next to Zambudo. I don't want people to think, we broke up or something. But, Yeah.
I've liked her music in the past. Like there's songs to this day that I like that Beyonce did.
Right.
I can't. It's been so overexposed to me that I'm just like, all right, maybe when people finally stop talking about her for like 15 minutes, then I'll be like, hey, you know what? I haven't thought about Beyonce for a while. Let me take a look at this, listen to this Lemonade record. Just right now, it's like everybody's so,
Right.
This is an intense week, and we're recording Wednesday. It just came out Saturday.
So I'm just like,
it's an intense week, definitely. It's an intense week.
When
even
Beyonce
if you're a
drops
fan.
the world, she says it in a record. When Beyonce drops, the world stops.
Mm-hmm.
She says it herself?
And she says it. Proceed.
That's nice.
Like now you can continue on living your life because the moment that I dropped has now come. You've enjoyed it. And now it's over.
Carry on.
Go carry on
it's
with
not
your
gonna
life.
be over for a while though.
But that's
we know how
it
the
happens.
internet's
Well, Drake's coming Friday, so let's see how this goes.
That's a good point.
That's actually a good point.
And on that note, that has been the Back of the Class podcast. We hope that you enjoyed it. And if you've done so, then you must rate, subscribe, and leave glowing comments.
You'll feel good.
And all criticism you can address at Juan Con
And
Queso.
put respect on it.
And put respect.
Now we've come full circle.
And hey, listen to Pop Chat and K-Stop.
Those are
our K-pop
other
podcasts and pop music podcasts. They're great.
They're killing it. They're great. They keep us informed as to what's going on all over the world. And Juan and I have sat in on a couple of the K-Stop episodes, and we don't know what the heck the artists are they're talking about, but we get so into it when we hear them talking about it that it's just like, yo, I need to go check out who these people are. Like,
can I just say, like, it's okay because, like, I feel like a lot of people are like, it's okay if you don't like the shit that everyone else likes. I feel like a lot of people, like, I see it in my everyday when I check my social media of people just like, posting about shit that I know you didn't hear or watch, but you're just doing it because it's like everyone
it's the thing to do.
Like, it's so, dude, if you don't like Game of Thrones, it's cool you don't like Game of Thrones. I feel like that's something that's not said enough where everyone loves Nicki Minaj. I don't like her. That's just my opinion.
Right.
Everyone's crazy about Beyonce.
Right.
Not my cup of tea right now. And that's cool. Like, I just feel like people don't do that. People just rather just be like, yeah, that Beyonce album. It's like, did you really listen to her? Or are you just saying that because all your homegirls and everyone else is like crazy about it right now? And I just feel like I just wanted to get out of my chest because I feel like people don't do that. People just go with,
Right.
So it's okay. Like, you don't have to like everything that everyone else likes. And be boisterous about it. If you don't like it, say that shit.
Or keep it to yourself because the Beehive is real, ladies and gentlemen.
I hear what you're saying.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.